penalty again. Ball gets crossed into the box, hits Morgan Rogers on the hands. Thankfully, we don't get it. I haven't seen the Thomas Tuchel that everyone keeps telling me we're going to see. But I suppose the other thing they keep telling me is he's a winner, tournament guy that just gets through and gets it done. That's what I've seen so far. We're getting it done, but nothing to excite me, nothing to get me going, right, I can't wait to play Senegal, or, do you know what, let's go book the tickets for the final, take the kids, be historical. So, OK, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Were you underwhelmed, Nigel?
Yeah, not a great performance, but they got the job done. And we've sat here sometimes and we've said it as ex-players that, you know, sometimes teams just find a way to do it and get the job done, and that's what England did today. The worrying thing for me is moving forward from what we've seen performances-wise, whether it's collectively or individually. The better opponents you play down the line, you're worried because the performance just wasn't still quite there and wasn't good enough for a game that England, on paper, should have dominated for the full 90 minutes and had chance after chance after chance. But on the opposite end, it was Panama who had probably the better chances. But they found a way to get the job done. They got the result. There's no point in dwelling on it and crying over it, but I'm sure Thomas Tuchel's going to have a lot of words with his players because performance-wise...
How many more words could he have?
Well,
for three games in, he's been speaking before the game, half-time, after the game, the days in between.
But you could see by his facials and his reaction on the sideline, his demeanour, he was frustrated because he knows that these players are not playing to the level that they should be. And that is the worry moving forward. So that, for me, wasn't great, wasn't convincing, but they got the job done. But for England, we need to step it up. If we're really serious to say that England are one of the favourites in this tournament, they need to step up in performances. It's no good just by referring to names and clubs and where these players are at and all that. That's out the window now because they haven't done it for performance-wise on the pitch.
England scored 2 goals in the second half, one from a set piece, another one from a cross. They made 2-3 plays. I wanted them to win 6-7-0 because I got a message from someone at the network after my halftime rant about England, how poor they were. I got a little message like, oh, it doesn't look so good, that rant now, right? In a day and age when everyone goes on Twitter, boop, 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 2 seconds, Instagram, boop, boop, highlight, oh, wow, what a goal, Harry Kane. If you watch that game from start to finish, I think they got worse in the second half. He says they were 4 in the first half, maybe 4.5 in the second half. They lost every duel.
Goals take them up is the only reason I gave them.
They lost every duel with Panama. With Panama. And now some people say, oh, yeah, but what do you know? You know, I played with 3 of those guys every day for a couple of years. 3 of the guys from Panama. Right? And with all due respect to them, great guys, not world beaters, not to play against $100 million players. So for me, in a day and age when you could go pull up the highlights and the goals and everything else, if you watch that game from start to finish, again, here we come to the fork in the road. If you are in the camp that you say, well, England, they got the job done, they won 2-0, they played better in the second half, you don't know football. If you're in the camp, hey, that was poor, first half, second half, not good enough. If we're going to go and play France, we're going to go play Spain, we're going to go play these top teams, that's not good enough. Even if you get through first in the group, that's not good enough for England, for what we came here to do. That Tuchel's looking at that. He's at the end of the game. He's like this. He's got his hat down over his face. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed. So, again, fork in the road. You watch that game. Okay, go on Twitter. Go look at the highlights. Yeah, they played great. Fine. They got the job done. Okay, you're lying to yourself. That was a really poor performance from start to finish.
Isn't the only good positive, though, to be able to say, you know, at some point, it's interesting because none of the teams have been that great, have they? Like, apart from Argentina and France, who else has been that good?
I agree.
But the problem you have is England are seen in that same high regard. England is seen as the top 3 or 4 favourites.
Third favourite to win it.
It's England, Spain, Argentina, and France. They're the fantastic 4. But they have not performed to the same level, nowhere near the same level as Argentina and France have. So that's the problem.
There's a big difference as well. For what you may say, only 2 teams are playing really well. I could probably say 10 teams have had 1 good game. We haven't had 1 good game yet. A 90-minute game, a body of work where you go, OK, that's who we are.
The US had a great game against Paraguay.
Yeah. But I'm saying Norway have had great games. Senegal, even Ghana had a great game against us. There's so many teams that can say, OK, that's the identity, that's who we are, that's what we're trying to do.
One good thing maybe that you could take a positive is that they created some chances, but they were wasteful. That's the negative side. Here's just a look at some of the numbers of that, by the way, from SofaScore, because, yes, nothing came of them, but the wingers, on paper,
Forget that. You've teed this up the wrong way. This is
Sorry,
my.
I haven't seen it before.
No, this is my graphic. So you just teed up the wrong way.
Okay, go ahead.
We've got 3 wingers who came on, right? Remember, Saka is coming back from injury, so I'll give him a bit of grace because it's his first start in about 2 months, a month and a half. Rashford, again, everyone after the last game was clamouring for Rashford. Grella said earlier, 1A, 1B. Madueke, I'm just going to leave it alone before I get myself in trouble again. But forget all of the top bits there, the accurate passes. Have a look at the possessions lost. 14 for Saka, 20 for Rashford, 7 for Madueke. Now that's fine if when you're playing, you're being really insightful with the passes. You try little chances, flips around the corner. If you watch that game, Madueke, when he first came on, kicked it past someone, kicked it out for a goal kick. And I'm meant to get excited. Rashford kept coming in on his right foot, wants to shoot. Oh, the shooting option's not on. I'll just kick it. Someone will be there. Like, so wasteful. And at the first half, I said it was about the 2 centre-backs and Elliot Anderson holding the game, dictating it, and giving these guys a platform. The second half, believe it or not, they actually got a platform because the ball was going out to the wide players better because Panama were getting a bit more confident, going, right, we can go and take them on. So there was more spaces, more 1v1s. They got worse. They got worse. So when you try to look after them and go, maybe they need to get the platform for a striker or a wide player to perform, when they got the platform, they went, oh, do you know what I can do? You know what they were, actually? They were arrogant and they were ignorant. And they thought, all I need to do is I'm quicker than that person. I'm going to run past them. I play for whatever club. I'm better than that person. No. You're playing against another man on the opposite side who, A, is playing for his national team, for his family, for his like he feels it like this is important to me. And also they're going home. So now I want to showcase everyone against England with the most viewers I'm probably going to get in my career. I want to show you what I could do best. And they were ignorant and they were arrogant. And that graphic to me summed it up in a nutshell.
I would also add to Troy's point, I think for me they were predictable. Like you could tell what was going to happen when they got on the ball. They drive in, Rashford always wants to come inside and get the shot off. It makes it easier to defend against. Saka does the same thing, come inside as well. So it's easy when you've got numbers back to defend because you can't isolate people in real good one-on-one situations. Just to also add to what Troy's saying about giving the ball away. You're going to make mistakes, no problem. But I'll only give it from my point of view. Playing in centre midfield, in the generation I had to play against when you talk about the Torres, the Gerrards and all that, good coaches will tell you, listen, you want to be in that top level, you want to be respected as a player, 90 minutes of football, 2 halves. You can only give the ball away twice in the first half and twice max in the second half. That's how much pressure you put on yourself as a player to see or want to be that best. Yeah, you're still going to try and make forward passes, still going to try and affect the ball, but you're not going to give it cheaply away. And 2 passes or 2 missed passes in a game or 3 missed passes was the pressure you'd put on yourself every time you step on the pitch, regardless of position. So when you look at those numbers that was up there, at international level,
worrying, wasn't it?
But to your point then, Madueke came on, what, for 23 minutes?
There's no way he should give away
7 times he gave the ball.
And again, it's not being overly critical. It's about having standards, Poppy. That's what some people have to understand. There's nothing wrong with having standards and high standards. And that's what I was told as a youngster playing. When you play these world-class players and what they do, they don't give the ball away cheaply.
I mean, to just show how bad it was, Troy, you heard the numbers and said, sorry, did I hear that right? And then they were actually worse, weren't they, by the end of the match than what you initially thought. If you're Thomas Tuchel now, you've made some changes for this game. You all said on paper, apart from Declan Rice, this looks like a pretty strong team, which is also concerning. What changes?
Another right-back went down again.
Yeah, another injury.
Well, another centre-half trying to play right-back. So.
They only played right-back twice, I believe, this season for Leverkusen as well.
What changes do you make now for the knockouts? Who are you going with on the attacking wings? Do you start Rashford? Does Anthony Gordon come back in?
He's made his own bed. Fundamentally, we can't go away from the principle of what he wants to do, which is have pace and power in the wide areas. Again, if you had a Cole Palmer, Gibbs White, whoever, you could sprinkle that in and go, OK, we're going to try something different. He's chosen to go with a player profile that is pace, power, go wide, get cross in, or cut inside, get shots off. So there's not really a great deal he can do. We're talking a lot again about England, and this, considering we're top, and considering we're through comfortably, none of us are talking about, oh, wow. It doesn't give you that feeling, does it, of like it's coming home or we're going to go deep in the competition. Let me just point another fact out. Panama, who we'd all say are respectfully not at the level, 13 shots they had in a game of football that apparently we dominated. That the stats tell you we dominate. they had 13 shots. Luckily for us, only 2 were on target.
Concerning. It is concerning.
do you know what I mean?
Another stat that's probably kind of puts into perspective just the England narrative here is all of the goal scorers actually from the tournament so far play their football outside of the Premier League. Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham and Marcus Rashford. Can you read anything into that, Grell?
No, for me, no. I don't think so. I think, like, this is an individual graphic, and I think, again, the problems are with that when they go play, it looks very individual and it looks disjointed, and it's not clear what Tuchel wants to do. And I think that the team performance has been poor. So regardless of who's scoring, I don't think Harry Kane has been amazing. I don't think Jude's been amazing. The level that you expect to see from these guys. They put together 2 plays in this game, 3 maybe max, right? But Panama was a better team than them. 50-50. They beat them physically. They beat them with the passes. They beat them with the game plan. It was clear to see what they wanted to do. They created chances that if they had a little bit more quality in the box, they probably could have scored 1 or 2 easily. So I just think you have to be very realistic. I wonder what the conversation in that changing room is after the game, because if I know anything about this game, it's definitely not, hey, boys, well done tonight. It's, hey, boys, we got to do something more. We definitely, you can't lose 90 minutes. You can't be the second best in so many moments against Panama. It's not possible.
And really quickly onto that. Just start to think now if you're the players on the bench who haven't played at this moment in time. So you're going, okay, this performances they're not great, and I can't get in. So this is where Tuchel's man management and his coaching staff now have to keep all the other guys on side. And Nigel, you know this better than me, but when they go now back to the hotel, you've got guys who are running going, I should be playing. They've got to go speak to their families and say, because your families always go, oh, why did he put you on? You have to go do political, be like, oh, it's okay, we won, blah, blah, blah. But now it starts to get to the point of Thomas Tuchel hasn't got a great record of man management. He's got a great record of getting the job done and moving on. Now we're going to see, can he keep everybody else, the likes of Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, Kobe Mainu, these people who are really good players for their team and mainstays for their team, can't get a game. And we're playing poorly. So if we're playing poorly, I can't get a game. There's no way you're going to play me later on.
And I was about to say, if they don't get a game today when they're up in the second half and already qualified, are they going to play in the World Cup? Will they be thinking
But
that?
you need those guys to keep the morale up. You need those guys to be good around the hotel. You need those guys to be good when you have a training session tomorrow morning. Now we're going to see.
Or in a big moment when they need to play.
When they need to play, but it's also, again, because the performances haven't been convincing, and that's the thing. So now, to what the boys saying, 100% right. Thomas Tuchel now is going to have to earn his money, because to find a way to get these players to stay on side and to get rid of all the outside noise, because there's going to be a lot of criticism about that performance coming off the back of Ghana now, how he keeps these players still believing in themselves to say, right, we're on the right track, it's knockout stages now, this is the real nitty-gritty, but performances have to improve. That's going to be a tough task for him to do.
Well, the good news is England won the group for them, and Harry Kane is now the all-time leading goal scorer for England in a World Cup. We're going to be back after this short break. Stay with us.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. With the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others.
They're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
So Colombia and Portugal, they're through, but the final place is to be determined. DR Congo outside looking in for the third best place spot. Uzbekistan, they are still technically mathematically alive, but their chances are extremely slim. So this is the opponents that await the Group K winner. It's Ghana in Kansas City on July 3rd. Meanwhile, the runner-up will have another match to look forward to. They're going to be taking on Croatia in Toronto on July 2nd. Chris, we were just talking about this being one of the most anticipated matchups of the group stage, almost at kickoff. How do you think this is going to go tonight, by the way? Who do you favour in this game?
Yeah, it's a really tough one to call because, first off, we'll get into the lineups in full, but João Neves is not starting for Portugal. They've gone for Ruben Neves in midfield. And Colombia have dropped both of their fullbacks, Mojica and Munoz, to try. And I think that means that both teams are trying to set up more defensively. I'm curious. It seems like the kind of game where you try and ride the waves of momentum of the game, try and survive maybe the first 15 minutes, and then go from there. But I honestly don't know. I just think the way that Portugal have so often dominate in midfield and dominate possession, it does feel like Portugal are going to be the ones who take the game to their opponent. So it's going to be about getting Ronaldo in good areas, trying to feed him good chances. But I think Colombia will have a threat on the break, especially with Luis Diaz.
Surprised Munez not starting for Colombia. I think for me, I would have thought Colombia would have been the more aggressive one of the team to really take this game to Portugal and try and get this win. So interesting lineups, but both nations will still believe that they can get the result and get the win. I'm surprised Witz didn't pick his nation, Colombia, to win, you know.
Well, we'll get there. Predictions are still to come.
Who are you going for, Troy? You looking at the odds right now?
No, I'm trying to look at the who they would put if they finish second, who they would get versus if they finish first for Colombia.
So if they finish first, they take on a third place team. I don't think we know exactly yet who that's going to be.
We just it is
Ghana, right?
Yeah.
And then the runner-up will take on Croatia.
Okay.
You okay? We showed the graphic coming in.
Oh, because I was talking to you. Like, sorry, I don't really care.
Listen,
about
Troy,
that.
it's okay. We're not doing England.
You actually stood over there.
I know you're still emotionally
now you're back
charged.
with us. Okay.
No. It's all good. I generally just think if I'm Colombia, I don't have to win this game, do I?
No.
They have to beat us. So that's why I would drop my two fullbacks and just go a little bit more solid. Say, right, you come and take us on, and then obviously with that base and that platform, we can hit on the counter attack as well. So apologies there, guys. We've got a lot of details going around.
Colombia,
for impacts of substitutes.
Let's have a look at some of the stars that you can watch on Paramount Plus. Cucho Hernandez with Real Betis, you can see next season. Luis Diaz with Bayern Munich. Daniel Munoz with Crystal Palace. And John Lukumi as well in Serie A with Bologna. This is a look at their starting 11.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the two fullbacks are sort of the headline changes for this one with Mojica dropping out on that left side, and coming in is Machado, who plays his club football in France for Nantes, and then Santiago Arias, a player who's a bit of a journeyman playing on that right side. I don't know. Munoz is definitely more of a wing back. He definitely gets into forward positions, but I don't know. Arias is definitely a scary one. And then the other change is up top with John Cordoba coming in for Luis Suarez, who drops to the bench. So after he starts the first 2 games, he's the one who's sacrificed for this. So I'm still surprised it is not Cucho Hernandez in that forward position.
Yeah, I played with him in Watford, didn't I? So, yeah, again, good player. I understand it in this situation. Don't be surprised if you see Rodriguez come in as kind of a 10, and then Cordoba goes out to the right when they've got the ball, and kind of have a 4-4-2 diamond as well. But yeah, Luis Diaz is all going to go down that left-hand side. Unfortunately, that can become a little bit predictable. And then I don't like Lerma on a yellow card as well, because picks up a lot of yellow cards when he's at Palace, and obviously for Bournemouth, obviously when I played against him at both. Yellow card waiting to happen, so.
Especially in this game where you think if you give up the ball in transition, you take a yellow card. But I mean, you look at, we showed the matchups, obviously. It's either Ghana or Croatia.
Yeah.
He's a fundamental element in the team. So if he doesn't play in that next game, that's a real problem for them.
Meanwhile, Portugal, let's just have a look at their stars on Paramount Plus next season. Vitinha, the big one with PSG. Then for Juventus, Chico Conceição, you can see in Serie A next season. Manchester United in the Champions League with Bruno Fernandes, and João Neves also with PSG. And this is their 11, Nige.
Yeah, when you look at Portugal and you talk about quality, this is a side full of great quality. You got Mendes on the left and João Cancelo on the right, 2 fullbacks who are the modern-day fullbacks. Not only are they expected to defend, but they will get forward with great quality. Vitinha, for me, is, if you're looking for a world-class midfielder, look no further than Vitinha, what he does. He can dictate the tempo of the game, he can control the flow of the game, he can score goals, and he can create goals. That is when you're at that world-class level. Paired next to Neves alongside him, you talk about Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United player, obviously, who is the creator. He's the one that's going to provide a lot of opportunities and chances for this Portugal team. Sometimes you might need to say he needs to step up a bit more and not be intimidated as the great Ronaldo, who is an icon for the nation of Portugal, who starts up top. João Felix getting an opportunity again, been a bit of a journeyman himself as a young player. No denying the talent that he has, but the application and how he goes about himself and commits himself, whether it's domestically or national team level, hasn't still been quite up there for the ability that he has. And you've got obviously Neto on the right-hand side, a Chelsea man, very quick winger, can cause problem. There is quality all across this Portugal side.
I think they've stumbled on something in the last game with João Felix and Neto both running without the ball. It opened up the space for Bruno Fernandes and also gave Ronaldo a bit more of a license to come deep and get onto the ball as well. So, yeah, João Felix, I understand what you're saying, Nigel. Had a lot of clubs, hasn't he, for the talent.
Lots of clubs.
But in this situation, he's been really good running without the ball.
It's also going to be a more tougher test, though, with this Colombia side than their last game. 100%. So that's what it is. It's a great game to watch because you get a real understanding where both these nations truly are.
And it's nice as well that there is things to be determined because, as we've seen with some of the matches on the final match day of the group stage, there is little or nothing to be decided. Nico Cantor, as we mentioned as well, he's in the middle of it all. Here he is in Miami.
Colombia! 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 Guys, this is going to be a home game for the Colombians. 700,000 people in South Florida alone. I've seen maybe 90-10. If I had to decide and pick who's going to be the home side, it's going to be a litmus test for both of these teams because they're playing each other. Portugal, Colombia, 2 big teams going head-to-head. And in Miami, there's just passion, there's a party, there's love for football. And it's the most expensive ticket to the World Cup. This is going to be incredible to watch. We're headed into the stadium with a sea of yellow.
Well, last time he was with the Parrots and the Coconuts, a bit of change of pace now closer to kick-off.
Now he's with his in-laws, you know what I mean? He's there. No, it's great.
It'd be crazy to think he'd be supporting Portugal anyway.
Nah, listen, you had to support Colombia, but Witz knows as well about going there and living in Miami and how big the population is and everything. What's that dessert? Well, not dessert, but the food at Colombia. It's like a patty with cheese inside. Yes, you had that. And then what's the drink? The beer
and
the...
Bono, Colombiana, yeah, all the good stuff.
What's the beer one? The beer and like a fizzy thing that they do. It's like a drink in Colombia.
Oh, yeah, the michelada.
There you go,
Michelada, that's the good stuff.
Had all of that.
Beer with Colombiana.
That sounds good.
My dad is at the game, and he has reported that right now the crowd breakdown is about 70-30 Colombia.
Oh.
Nice.
So even though so far, the games we've seen so far for Portugal, it's been really a bunch of people there to see Ronaldo play.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is not that. This is
They're
a
going to
much
be
more
way
hostile
outnumbered
environment.
tonight, aren't they, by Colombian fans? It's going to be it's going to feel all Colombia.
Yes.
The third place table, we've seen several teams now qualify through with the best place finisher: Sweden, Ecuador, Ghana, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Paraguay, Senegal. They're all through. Scotland, they're officially eliminated, by the way, as is Uruguay. The DR Congo still have a chance to jump up there, but as we mentioned, this table is constantly changing. And now the bracket really is starting to take shape, Whitty.
Yeah, so DR Congo, if they win today, they will go up and qualify. The team that will be definitely rooting against them the most is South Korea, for sure, because if DR Congo can't get a result in that game, South Korea are still there hanging on, and then they need Austria to do them a favor and beat Algeria in that final game as well. So right now, Iran and South Korea are on the precipice. They need DR Congo to drop their result or Algeria to lose outright. So those are the scenarios right now with those third-place teams.
You heartbroken? Scotland are out?
Very sad.
It hurts?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be. It was only coming for 3 games.
What did you say?
Fans
Troy?
have been fantastic, though.
Yeah,
Genuinely, they've been
When you
fantastic.
score one goal, you shouldn't go through. One goal?
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But
And
the
that one goal was
fans-
against Haiti, by the way.
Okay, but still, a good time and a good moment for them. A bit of history for Scotland, the first World Cup in over 2 decades. We've got more to come in just a second. Everybody stay with us.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Soccer isn't a new game in the United States. The immigrants brought it here in 1912. the opportunity to play for my country. I just could not pass that up.
We're all very proud of you.
Not everyone is aware of what happened in important historical moments for American soccer.
I was the kid that shouldn't have made it. Kid from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Clint Dempsey Doodle.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
People criticize me often.
You can't take it seriously. It's the USA.
But I get to have that attention because I'm good.
We were carrying the weight of American soccer on our shoulders.
I'm a put it shot.
Probably unfair to 20 guys.
When he looks at you, he looks like he wants to kill you. And I have respect for that.
It's about how much are you willing to give to win. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
The USA has realized its dream.
Dempsey threw the ball in. What can this kid do?
Well, for more stories that have shaped this sport in the United States, you can watch the US Men's Soccer Trilogy on Paramount+. The $1 Billion Goal, You Don't Know Where I'm From, Dog, and Pulisic, Multiple Eras, One Passion, streaming right now for you. So the US Men's National Team's next game in the World Cup is July 1st, and so is England's, and Grella is at the tactics board for us as a recap of tonight's England match.
Yeah, all right. We're going to look at what they did and what they probably could have done to play maybe a little bit better performance. Again, I'm going to try to dumb this down and make it as quick and clear as possible. Sometimes it can be a lot with all the magnets. Panama played in a 5-4-1, right? You can see the blue markers there. And sometimes that's difficult because England's strengths are on the wings here, right? And you see there they've got guys basically covering these positions here, right? And, you know, 1v1, they like to be wide. 1v1, if they go in 1v1 situations, it's very easy for the center back to come and make a 2v1. That's why they lost the ball so many times, right? Because they played right into this trap. Same thing happens here, right? 2v1 in this corner as well. So they're quite comfortable. At times as well, happened in the front. Two center backs played like this. He'd pass to him, right? He'd be able to close that down. Goes the other way. He'd be able to close that down, no problem, right? Pass to him. He'd be able to shift, no problem. It's easy to play against, right? Even at times, this is how crazy it got. Elliot Anderson would come in here between the center backs, right? And then be like this, right? Be something like this. Three guys, like Nigel said in the first half, you could put a blanket over them. Three guys passing 5 yards to each other, and this guy able to shift, no problem. Not drawing anyone in. Think about if you're him, happy days. Think about if you're him, happy days. I'll help out my partner here, be able to step into the midfield, happy days, right? England have to get in these spots and in these spots. And too many times we'd get a midfielder from the midfield three, come out in between the center backs and basically do nothing, right? And not be aggressive enough. Again, you're playing Panama with all due respect to them. And also we got in the first half when Elliot Anderson was coming here, you got Harry Kane coming in here, right? So, and Tuchel even had his hands over his head. You got Harry Kane coming in here, this ball going into Harry Kane. He's in front of this line, this midfield line right here. He's here collecting the ball. Look at this. There's nobody to mark. It's happy day. If you're him, you're like, no problem. Go there and get the ball. No problem. You're him. Happy days. Go. He's on the outside of you. Happy days. Now, what they could have done to be more aggressive, right? This is how they lined up. This is how they can be more aggressive here. The two center backs, when he gets the ball, you have to commit this guy. Take the space on the dribble, right? Now he's got to come one side, okay? Also, midfielder, Morgan Rogers, come down into this space where you want to play. Occupy one of the center backs, right? Harry Kane, stay high, stay away from the play. Stay on the center backs here. So they have to always worry about these darting runs behind, right? If you're the wingers, can you come inside? Can you get the fullbacks high, right? So wingers coming inside, fullbacks high. Center backs high, another midfielder here. Now all of a sudden, what do? Do I go here? If he comes into the midfield, do I have to go with him? Right? Leaving this space here. Can you get a runner here? Can he come in and collect the ball from this center back here? Can he come and collect this ball here? Can you skip him? Can you get this diagonal run here? So all of a sudden now, this back line's like, wait, we got things to worry about. If he starts floating in here, do I go with him? Do I leave this huge space? Right? If he comes... If the fullbacks, right, these are the two fullbacks on this side, if they come inside into the midfield, right, like this and occupy midfield spots, now the wingers go wide, right? And now all of a sudden, these guys are coming in here into the midfield and this ball's going wide and you're creating 1v1 situations for your most dangerous players. Or you're creating these spaces in here because you've added so many numbers with the fullbacks in the midfield. This is a much more dangerous, aggressive way to play. Variations, right? Again, like we spoke about, fullback comes inside, winger goes wide. Winger comes inside, the fullback can do that. And pulling this Panama side that was way too comfortable, they sat like this in this 5-4-1, and they were like, no problem. We play against you guys 90 minutes, no problem. If the set piece doesn't happen, you don't know. But you've got to be able to pull these guys apart. You've got to be able to pull these lines apart. And I think England did a really poor job, way too comfortable, dropping center backs in here, full backs on the ball. They were almost like in this type of shape, right? Midfielders at home, Harry Kane coming to get the ball, wingers out here doing nothing. So that would be my concern. Can you get the ball in here? Can you get the ball in here? Don't go back to get it. Harry Kane, he's got a habit of going deep into the midfield lines. So occupy these center backs and pull them apart. They made Panama look good today, I think. I know that probably got a little confusing with all the magnets, but you got to occupy center backs. You got to come into the midfield. You have to change positions. You have to be aggressive to commit guys on the dribble, break lines with your passing. They played so slow and made the game so comfortable for Panama.
1,000% right. I thought that was great analysis there, Grella said. And what you said as well, Grella, about high and wide is also trying to affect those centre-backs. Like Troy said, if they're there and comfortable, they're not going to move in that back five. It makes it easy for them to defend. You need to affect them and pull them out. And that's the whole point of playing your 2-8s, so they can run into those spaces. And the best example we've seen about moving teams around, maybe regardless if it was Paraguay, was the USA. USA did it so well with the fullbacks going high and wide. And what happened was Weston McKennie was making that run. The other midfielders making that run. And Panama had no idea what was going on because the defender had to go out to the wide... Paraguay had no idea what was going on. Defender had to go out wide to defend, but it created a space for midfielders to run in, and then you're creating so many opportunities and chances.
Again, if I'm playing against Harry Kane, I'm a center back, right? And I'm playing against Harry Kane, and he continually goes into the midfield line. That's so easy for me to say to one of my midfielders, hey, pick him up. Hey, watch your shoulder. He's there. And I can just stay at home and never be in danger. And the same thing with Elliot Anderson. He goes back in between the center backs. I'm the striker. I could just shift all day long. No problem. That's what Panama wants.
The reason it's so easy with Harry Kane doing that is because there was no runners inside of him. So we saw it for Bayern Munich. He drops in. He gets on the half turn. He's got Luis Diaz. He's got Elise. They know when he's on the half turn, right, make those runs because he's got those passes. What happened was when Harry Kane was going deep in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, the wingers were high and wide. So all he could do then was go back. But then if you're the Panamanian defenders, you're like, great, you stay there. Midfielders go bang, 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 everyone presses, it forces them to go back. So just not in sync, and that's really the biggest worry for me. A month in now they've been together, and they're not in sync. You're not seeing any quick 1 and 2 touch passing, you're not seeing any overs. It's very much like a group of individuals.
I don't know if you can go to the board right now. That's exactly what we show, what Troy's point just is right there. If you can go to the board there and look at the 3 center backs there when Harry Kane drops into the midfield. The 3 center backs are doing nothing of Panama there. This happy days there. The 2 wingers wide, Harry Kane going up into the midfield there. You see him between the 2 center midfielders. Look at the 3 center backs of Panama. That's exactly Troy's point there.
He did that in the game, and he tried to switch the play, and he went straight out of play. And Thomas Tuchel was frustrated.
He was. He threw his hat on the floor, didn't he, at one point? Speaking of switching the point, let's just switch things up about now, because I'm hearing we've got something to show you. For the past 6 months, our very own Mike Grella, he has been Australia's public enemy #1 after the Socceroos' layup comment for the US men's national team during the group stage draw. That one word had nothing to do with the sport. It turned into a rally cry for the folks down under. Grella doubled down, he tripled down, flooding in fans from all over on all the timelines of social media, along with a couple of bets as well, such as this one from the ex-pro turned influencer Riz Mahazi, who suited and booted from Suited and Booted TV. Let's have a look at it, shall we?
We're here at a tattoo shop in New York City, and this crazy guy Riz is gonna get Mike Grella tattooed on his leg because USA beat Australia. Are you sure you want to do this?
No, I'm not, bro, but I'm going to get it.
You're a man of your word.
Deal's a deal. I've got a lot of Americans DMing me, commenting on all my videos saying, where's the tattoo, bro? Where's the tattoo? So I'm going to
just run away. Who cares about what the comments say?
Deal's a deal, bro. In Australia, deal's a deal.
I look at this face every week when I'm on Serie A coverage. I could not imagine having it on my leg.
Me neither.
So here it is, Grella. Your face on his leg.
Bizarre, for sure. It's me with a cigar in my mouth, which is a pretty good representation, probably. I don't know if we're going to get a close-up on it, but I hope he didn't pay for it, because it's not very good, I don't think. Looks like my 11-year-old drew it, but to be fair, good on him that he
Respect.
He actually
respect
did it.
that he did it.
Absolutely, a bet to bet.
Look at that.
That doesn't look like you
I
at
think
all.
it looks just like you. The eyes.
Wow, Grella, eh?
But fair play to him, man of his word, integrity, fair play.
And I love that
good
he
on him.
picks one of your ugly ties as well on the headshot that you're wearing.
And then I think Marco was saying, or maybe it was Riz, he was like, oh, but if Australia win, you've got to get one of whatever. And I just said, I got another phone call. Got to go. See you later. So that was that. But good on him. It was a good bet. It was an exciting match.
You had an easy one. It was just to say Irakundu was a top-class player. That's what you had to do on your social.
No, the worst bit
Which I
was he was
actually
going to
like
have to pin it on his profile now to remember, because then he'd have to get rid of a
That's an easy one. I'll take that than getting a tattoo of someone else's face on my body.
So Grella's face tattooed on an Australian is bizarre to me. Just absolutely bizarre.
That's why you're the GOAT, bro.
You're up next, Troy, right? You've got a
Absolutely.
tattoo coming for Ollie McBurney?
Absolutely. Ollie's back in pre-season now. We're going to go over and sort some stuff out and get it done.
Are you inspired by the face tat, or are you going to go
No, the
normal
people that I use actually have been doing tattoo work for a long time. not just starting
That was
today.
a back alley in Brooklyn. I don't know where Marco brought him. One of his paisans, maybe.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, I enjoyed that. Thanks, everyone, so much for joining us. We'll be back with you shortly.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
So England have won Group L against the already eliminated Panama, and now they await a possible round of 32 matchup with Senegal in Atlanta on July 1st. Meanwhile, down in Philly, Luka Modric and Croatia, they are through as runners-up, while Ghana, they're through to the next round as well.